Hi everyone, and welcome to the Monday Notebook for July 21st right here on uscowboy.com. I'm Dan Miller. Well, it was a big weekend that leads to an even bigger week in pro rodeo. Salinas came and went, and with it, there was much shuffling around in the bubble positions, but the final push in July is really just getting started. Cheyenne Frontier Days, Spanish Fork Fiesta Days, and Ogden Pioneer Days all began last week as well, and Utah Days of 47 begins on Tuesday. That means from July 20th to the 27th, a total of 5 playoff series rodeos will crown champions. All of them will pay their winners 5 figures. Tanner Tomlinson takes over the number 1 spot in the PRCA Heading World Standings after a win in California Rodeo Salinas. Tomlinson is now locked in a seesaw battle for the top spot on the heading side with Derrick Begay. Tomlinson and partner Travis Graves won $11,100 overall in Salinas to allow Tomlinson to regain the number 1 ranking he briefly held last month. Tomlinson has $125,757 to Begay's $121,629. Meanwhile, Graves is about $3,000 behind Begay's partner, Coulter Todd. Tomlinson and Graves edged the Bray brothers by just 0.3 in the average in Salinas. Bareback rider Jayco Roper wins Salinas and advances in Cheyenne. Roper moved up from number 13 to number 11 thanks to 3 straight rides of 87 points or better, 2 of which came in Salinas to give him an aggregate total of 174 points on 2. He won both rounds and by 4.5 points overall. He started Cheyenne with a bang by winning the first performance with 88 points over the likes of Dean Thompson, Rocker Steiner, and Jake Lees. Stetson, Wright, and Kai Hamilton are 1-2 in the bull riding after the first performance at Spanish Fork Fiesta Days. After splitting victory in Casper, these two pals were back at it in Utah with Hamilton riding for 87 in the first performance, only to see Wright ride for 88 a few moments later. A victory in Spanish Fork pays over $12,000. Saddle Bronc rider Coleman Shallbetter put up the first 90 of Cheyenne Frontier Days. After the Gunnison, Colorado natives ride on Smith Pro Rodeo's Charlie's Angel, we are now halfway to the total number of 90-point Bronc rides in Cheyenne from 2024. For the 20-year-old Shallbetter, it is the highest marked ride of his career. He was 1 point better than Stetson Wright to win the second performance. Outstanding. Steer wrestler Mike McGinn jumps from number 22 to number 13 with a win in Salinas. McGinn made a crucial move in the world standings and is now in position to make his first NFR after 5 straight top 40 finishes. He made $15,628 in Salinas to bring his earnings to $71,453, the most of his career in a single season. McGinn was the highest earner across all of the timed events by finishing 3rd or better in all 3 rounds. Jordan Spears bolsters his NFR case by riding 2 to win Salinas. Since July 1st, Spears is 9 of 15, with 2 of those qualified rides coming in Salinas. He was 89 on Slugger to win round 1 and took 2nd in round 2 with 88.5 points on Stand By Me. In just 3 weeks, Spear has gone from number 32 to number 12 in the world standings. Haley Kinsel wins a qualifier and advances out of the first performance in Cheyenne. The 4-time world champion is off to a great start in her quest to capture a second Cheyenne Frontier Days title. She has already banked $7,834 for winning the qualifier with a 17.18 second run, and then she followed that up with a 17.01 in the first performance, which gives her 2 of the 3 fastest times of the rodeo so far. Number 3 ranked Saddle Bronc rider Damian Brennan inches closer to Dawson Hay and Ryder Wright after the victory in Salinas. Damian Brennan is perhaps the hottest bronc rider in the world right now. Since the beginning of the Calgary Stampede, he has made 3 90-plus point rides in addition to winning Salinas over the weekend with rides of 86.5 and 87.5 points. Overall, he has won more than $40,000 in July. Impressive. And that's going to do it for the Monday Notebook for July 21st right here on uscowboy.com. I'm Dan Miller, and we will see you next week.